Hey guys, it's Bihama here again. Today is Sunday again. As I promised, every Sunday from 12:30 to 1 p.m. I will be sharing or reading together with my fans and followers about my book. So my book is this. I just wrote it a few months ago, and the goal for this book is to make a case that every job is a job, and therefore we should be able to you should be able to love and do any job with all your heart, because any job can get you anywhere. So the title of the book is called More Than Just a Job. Then the subtitle is Experiences of a Rideshare Driver. So it's basically talk about my experiences as I worked as a driver before I started my own company. So hope you got your copy. If you haven't gotten your copy and you would like to get one, I would say just go to Amazon.com and type in my name, Bihama Vedaste. The book should come up in both hard copy, soft copy, and audio version. So if you are lazy like me and you don't like to read, but because I want to read with other people, I'm teaching myself to read. So today we are reading part 5, where I'm talking about a story I encountered once when I was driving. So this particular story is very unique, particularly because it's just one of those stories that have left a long-lasting impact on my life, and it's also a story that still continues. This being said, it means that I still actually have contact with this particular person, and I'm actually also going to be working with him pretty soon, as I'm going to share this in the story. So the story begins that it like this. It was on a sunny Sunday. I woke up as usual and left to exercise. I trained in the morning and drove in the afternoon. So every Sunday, I usually start my day by exercising, because, as we all know, exercise is very important to your health, both physical and mental. Therefore, exercising is a good thing. So please, when you get time, exercise. If you can get exercise in, just walk. If you can walk, stretch from home. So there's no excuse at all for not staying healthy. You just need 30 minutes. And the 30 minutes you can spend in a single day, by the way, can prevent a lot of diseases or illnesses, including cancer. So if you want to really understand this, you should Google the number of people who are dying of heart diseases or COPDs, like diseases that has to do with respiration tracks. Sorry. So you will really understand. And all you need to do is 30 minutes a day. Just go out, walk, go out and jog, go out and run, go to the gym, stretch from home, anywhere. So, anyways, continuing, on Sunday, I usually started at an apartment complex near the Samsung building on Tasman Drive and First Street in San Jose. When I got there, I got a ride. A man who was going to the Indian Bazaar. It's Indian Bazaar is it's an Indian grocery store. Usually, they are spread around the Bay Area. For those of you who live in the Bay Area or Silicon Valley, you will know exactly where these shops are located or stores are located. So again, I'm not gonna be reading from line per line. I will be just sharing how the story unfolded. So when I picked up this man, he happened to be going for grocery shopping, and when I picked him up, as usual, when you are driving, you introduce yourself. The person already have the information. You just make sure you confirm their identity, or they confirm your identity before they can get in your car. So once I verified the identity, the man came in the car and we drove. As we get closer to the shop, he asked me if I had anywhere else I was going. I said, no, I'm walking. He asked me if I can wait for him so that he can go in quick and come back. So he promised me that but by then, when we get in the parking lot, unfortunately, I have to. I was very new. I didn't know how to update the trip, and therefore I ended it. But luckily, he requested it again, and I got it. So I waited for him. Soon after he came back. We started driving again, and he has started asking me, "Hey, what do you do? This your full time job?" And I told him, yes, it was my full time job, but I was looking for something else because I just graduated from college. That with that, I guess he felt pity of me, and he asked me if I had something else in mind that I wanted to do. I told him that I really wanted to go to medical school, but that I just had to make sure everything was in one place. So, uh, going forward, he continued on, and he asked me if I had the LinkedIn. Let's say the other part I left out. I should also say, I think it's worth mentioning that this man, he has a Middle Eastern background. With a British accent, probably, which means he's from England, but probably with Middle Eastern descent. So with continuing now with how the story unfolded, he asked me, would you like another job? I say, yeah, absolutely. He goes, driving wouldn't give you another skill, but should get another job. You are a graduate, you are smart, it sounds like. So do you have a LinkedIn? He asked me. And I told him no. He says, you need to go home and create one. And he gave me his business card once after he got out of the car. And he told me, hey, you know what? You never know. Just go sign up and send me an email that you did. Send me your link on the LinkedIn, and we'll take it from there. Frankly, because I've given right to thousands of people, so I really didn't really care much about him. But for some reason, it just you know got me, because it's not a normal or an everyday thing that you see people really concerned about your well-being, particularly when you are around here in the Bay Area, where people are really moving on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. They don't have time for conversation. They are just into their thing. So at the moment he stepped outside, I googled his name. I'm like, what? I can't believe what I found. The man has been advising some really top top companies around the world, like on the Fortune 100, particularly Fortune 100. For those of you who don't know, they are like the top 100 companies in the world. So with that, I got shocked that I actually gave a ride to somebody like that. So he happened to have his own company, and they are based in San Francisco doing some global consulting, and he was also a venture capitalist. So, and the story continues that when I came home around 1 in the morning, I signed up for LinkedIn. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but since he told me, I had to do it. Then I sent him an email. The next day he responded, and we became friends on LinkedIn, and we kept talking. He linked me up with some people that were actually offering me the job, but every time they told me the job and I compared it to how much I was making from driving, I just figured it was the same thing. So I chose to continue driving. But the point being that he did actually get try to get me a job. So we continue on with communication even today. Then when I started my company, I'm just summarizing. When I started my company, I was working with one of my friend who's been doing engineering for like 35 years. Then the moment I knew, or I was confident that actually we might have now a clear vision of where we want to take the company. I contacted him again, and he said, "Hey, I think I know a customer. They're your first customer, and I'm also going to. Once you are ready for pitching, I can actually have my venture capitalist friends also chip in or actually campaign for your funding." And also another thing I should say in the story talk about is how I go to into a medical school, but it was in the Caribbean. I ended up not going, but I didn't have the money, and the man actually agreed to co-sign for me for a loan, because my credit at the time wasn't good. And so he actually accepted to co-sign on the loan that was going to take me to medical school. That's how this random guy I met from driving, was willing, how far he was willing to go. So even today, we still talk, and we are contemplating if we need more funding. Most likely, I'm going to call him, but he and we always check in here and there. He's a very good friend, and I really like it. And again, it brings me back to a very important point, that it's always good to have people who are that powerful, especially who are more knowledgeable with money and management, because those are the people who will get you somewhere. You are not gonna get somewhere just by hanging out with somebody who is like you. So it's just as simple as that. So I think that's what this story what I wanted to get out of this story. So the moral of the story, which is on page, it's on from page 17 to page 19, is just to tell you that when you meet people, always just use an opportunity to make friends, because you don't respect them and listen to them, because you don't know how these people will turn out to be, or you don't know who these people are until they actually tell you. So be respectful, be courteous, listen more, talk less, and the rest will be a history. It might change your life as well. With that, I wish you a happy Sunday. Next Sunday, we are going to talk about next Sunday, we are going to talk about racial bias, and we are going to talk about how. Let me just skim through a little bit. We are going to talk about. Let's see. Yeah, so we are going to talk about how I was trying to pick up a passenger at the hotel, and the police, who was the California Highway Patrol, who was allowing people to go to the hotel, actually prevented me to go to make a turn, even though he was actually allowing other people to make the turn, just because I was black. That's my conviction. I couldn't make a turn. So stay tuned. There is still more stories to come. We're on page 21, but as of next Sunday, but we still have approximately 130 pages to go. So again, the name of the book is More Than Just a Job. If you want to get a copy, or just go to Amazon or audible.com, amazon.com, or bihamavedaste.com, and we'll continue to read together next week. I wish you a happy Sunday, and may you be blessed. Bye bye.